Welcome to Agoracom Small Cap Breaking News, your daily go-to source for the best small cap headlines for over 65 million investors since 2007. We've got some big news coming out of the junior mining world today, with companies announcing some pretty major developments could really send their stocks soaring.
Yeah, these are definitely the kind of headlines that get investors, hitting that refresh button on their trading platforms. We're going to be talking drill results, financing deals, strategic partnerships, that kind of thing. Big potential here.
So let's just jump right in. First up, Power Metallic Mines, Inc. They trade on the TSXV Venture Exchange under the symbol PNPN. They're doubling down on exploration at their Nisk Project in Quebec.
And they are not messing around. Power Metallic's going from 3 drill rigs to 6. So that's a pretty massive expansion. Tells me they're seeing something really promising underground.
This all comes after they had a successful $40 million equity raise, which just shows you how much confidence investors have in this company's vision. The CEO, Terry Lynch, said, and I quote, "Raising $50 million will enable us to accelerate the pace of exploration dramatically. These are exciting times for our management team and shareholders. We very much appreciate the faith shown by our newest investors and look forward to delivering even more impressive results in the weeks and months ahead."
No, it's just a tiny little thing there. Sounds like maybe a little typo in that quote. The actual amount raised was $40 million, not 50. But I mean, that's just a minor detail. That statement, you can tell, they are oozing confidence.
Right, and they're putting their money where their mouth is, for sure. With a 100,000-meter drill campaign planned over the next 21 months, they're going to have plenty of chances to deliver on those promises.
Yeah, the goal here is to find more of that high-grade nickel, copper, platinum, and palladium that they've already discovered at Nisk. And, when you look at the demand for these minerals, these critical minerals, I mean, the potential upside here, it's enormous.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a company that is just really strategically positioned to capitalize on a major market trend. Investors need to be watching this one very closely.
Moving on, we've got news from Zeus North America Mining trading on the CSE under the symbol ZUS. They just released some, gotta say, pretty impressive rock grab sample results from their Cuddy Mountain Project in Idaho.
Yeah, we're talking some seriously high-grade copper here. Some of those samples hit 3.8%. To put that in perspective, most copper mines can be profitable with grains of less than 1%. So 3.8 is a big deal.
Big deal. And it's not just the copper. They're also seeing silver, good grades there, up to 307 grams per ton, and molybdenum as high as 182 grams per ton.
And what really caught my eye about this is the location. Cuddy Mountain is right next door to Hercules Metals Core. Leviathan copper molybdenum silver discovery, which is already looking like a major player.
Oh yeah, that proximity is huge. Really suggests that Zeus might be tapping into that same mineralized system that's making Hercules so successful. The CEO, Dean Besserer, had this to say: "These anomalous rock rab samples are another layer helping to build out an extensive first-phase, high-priority drill campaign. The presence of mineralization within or near the Max 7 Doubles volcanics reinforces our confidence in this highly prospective target. With our neighbors at Hercules gearing up for an aggressive 2025 drill season, our geological team at Zeus is eager to follow suit."
Okay, you can tell from that statement they're definitely confident they're onto something big here.
Yeah.
And with Hercules proving the potential of the whole area, investors are going to be watching very, very closely what Zeus finds when they start drilling. This could be the beginning of like a major mining district.
It very well could. Now let's hop over to Brazil. Reserva Strategic Metals, Inc., trading on the TSXV under the symbol RSM, is making waves with some high-grade titanium dioxide, that's TiO2, and also some rare earth elements at their Tyros project.
And these are like some pretty impressive numbers. One intercept hit 54 meters at 13.04% IO2, and another one 50 meters at 12.8% IO2. I mean, to try to visualize this, think about a football field as how long these titanium deposits run. And that concentration, that's a high number.
Titanium, it's everywhere. We use it for, aerospace, defense, paint, even sunscreen. And then on top of that, they're finding rare earth elements right there alongside the titanium. And those are absolutely essential for smartphones, electric vehicles, all that green technology.
Yeah, Reserva, they are sitting on a potential gold mine, no pun intended, both literally and figuratively. They're in the perfect spot to take advantage of this exploding demand for titanium and rare earth elements.
And Alistair Stevens, the CEO of Reserva, said this: "We continue to see world-class assay results from near surface at the Tyros Central Project. These results will be used for a review of the mineral resource estimate that we anticipate will be published in the near-term. Outcomes of metallurgical test works are also very close to finalization." So, yeah, it's not just that they're finding high-grade mineralization. They're moving towards actually having a commercially viable resource here.
Yeah, those upcoming releases, the mineral resource estimate and those metallurgical tests, those are going to be key for investors to keep an eye on. That's going to tell us a lot more about just how big this discovery could be.
Absolutely. And let's not forget, Resuro is operating in Brazil, a country with a long history of mining. They've got that infrastructure, the expertise, a good regulatory environment. All of that can make or break a mining project. It really can. A good jurisdiction, it can make such a difference when it comes to mining. Let's go back to Canada for a minute. GFG Resources, Inc., they're listed on the TSX Venture Exchange, symbol GFG.
They are making some noise up there at their Aljo project. It's in Ontario, the Timmins Gold District. I mean, that's a place everyone thinks of when they think about gold mining.
Yeah, and their latest drill results, pretty impressive. They hit 6.62 grams per ton of gold over 11.2 meters.
Right.
And if you don't know much about gold grades, let me tell you that is high grade.
Yeah, to put that into context, you've got lots of gold mines operating just fine at like 1 or 2 grams per ton. So over 6, that's hitting the jackpot.
Oh yeah, investors, they see those kinds of numbers, they get excited. And they should. Brian Skanderbeg, he's the CEO and president of GFG, said this: "We are very pleased with the results from our recent drill program at Aljo, particularly in the successful extension of the HW and main zones, both at depth and near surface. The strong continuity observed in the HW zones, which remains open, is an exciting growth opportunity at shallow depths." And then Anders Carlson, VP of Exploration, he added, "We are very pleased to see continued high-grade intercepts at Aljo, where all zones have been extended successfully to depth in a system adjacent to significant mining infrastructure in the Timmins Gold Camp."
I think the key takeaway there is that word continuity. It's not like they're just finding little bits of gold here and there. It's these high-grade zones that are consistent.
Yeah.
And they extend, laterally and at depth. That tells me maybe they've got a substantial gold deposit there.
Yeah, could be. And on top of that, this high-grade gold is near existing mining infrastructure. That's a huge plus. If they were to actually develop a mine, they wouldn't be starting from scratch. They could use those roads, power lines, facilities, all that. Save a lot of money.
Yeah, got to keep those upfront costs down. Can't make or break a project, for sure. Okay, last company for today. Let's head south. Mexico. Forte Metals Corporation, TSX Venture Exchange, symbol FMT. They're working in the gold and silver space.
Yeah, their Christina project is the one to watch. And their latest drill results are looking good. 6.4 grams per ton, gold equivalent over 1.9 meters.
So when we say gold equivalent, we're talking the value of the gold and the silver combined, right? And 6.4 grams per ton, not bad at all, especially since they're seeing potential for both open pit and underground mining at Christina.
Yeah, that flexibility is good. Gives them options, right? The CEO, Tim Warman, he said, "These most recent holes were successful in helping to define the geometry of several high-grade zones within the Guadalupe and Mexico Libre vein systems. This refinement of our geological model is a key step ahead of the resource estimate plan for later this year."
So it's not just drilling and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
They're using that data, building a picture of what's down there. That's how you make smart decisions about mining.
Exactly. And they've got a 21,000-meter drill program going on right now, so we should be hearing a lot more from Forte in the next few months. Keep an eye out for that resource estimate they mentioned. Big news.
Absolutely. So there you have it. 5 small-cap mining companies making some big moves in the world of critical minerals. We've got high-grade drill results, financing, positive comments from the leadership. I mean, these companies are moving forward.
And for investors, that means opportunity. But you got to remember, investing in junior mining companies, that always comes with risk. These companies are in the exploration phase. Nobody can guarantee they'll actually end up with a profitable mine.
Right. There's a long road between finding some promising minerals and actually digging up a mine. Regulations, permits, commodity prices, you name it, it can all affect things. Even global events, you never know.
It's true. So you got to have a long-term mindset and know what you're getting into with these investments.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And never invest money you can't afford to lose.
Always do your research. Don't rely on just a few headlines or what someone told you. Read those financial reports, understand the management team, look at the project details. Informed investors are the ones who succeed.
Couldn't agree more. Now I'm curious, just out of all the companies we've talked about today, nickel, copper, titanium, gold, the whole gamut. If you had to pick one to invest in, which one would it be and why?
Ooh, that's a tough one. So many good options. But I think, if I had to choose, I'd go with Power Metallic. That expansion they're doing at the Nisk Project, they've got the money. And the demand for battery metals is only going up. That's a good combination.
Interesting. See, I was thinking Resuro, just because titanium and rare earth elements are so important right now, you need them for so many industries, and that demand's just going to keep growing. Plus, being in Brazil, that's a good strategic position to be in.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it just goes to show how strong this sector is. We're having trouble picking a favorite, too many good companies with potential.
It really is a great time to be following junior mining. For investors who are willing to take a little risk, do their homework, there could be some big rewards out there.
But remember, never invest more than you can afford to lose. And always, always do your own research.
Well said. That's it for this deep dive into the world of small cap mining.
It's been great. Until next time, happy investing.
Yeah, it really is a fascinating area.
Yeah.
And it's not always just about, making money. These companies are really out there on the front lines, finding the minerals that we're going to need for, well, everything in the future.
That's a good point. Electric vehicles, renewable energy, all the electronics. I mean, basically all the technology that's going to help us move to a greener future, it all depends on these minerals.
Exactly. So you're not just investing in a company, you're investing in the planet.
And these days, a lot of investors, that's what they want. To invest in something that matches their values makes the world a little bit better.
For sure. Okay, before we wrap things up completely, there's one more thing I wanted to touch on.
Sure, what's that?
We've talked about how exciting this sector is, all the potential.
Yeah.
But, and I think this is important, investing in junior mining companies, it's not for everyone.
No, definitely not. Got to be comfortable with, well, some volatility, some risk. These companies, they're still exploring, developing, no guarantees.
Right. A lot can go wrong between finding some cool rocks and actually having a working mine. Permits, regulations, the price of the metals, global stuff, it can all have an impact.
Yeah, so you got to think long-term and understand those risks.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket, and don't invest more than you can afford to lose, that's for sure.
And always do your research. Don't just go off a couple headlines or, what someone told you. Look at their finances, the management team, all the technical details.
Yeah, great advice. There's tons of info out there, the company websites, regulatory filings, research reports.
And remember, places like Agoracom, we're here to help you figure all this stuff out. Make smart choices.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, that wraps up this deep dive into the world of small cap mining.
Been a pleasure talking with you about all this. Until next time, happy investing.